This ESPN 97.5 and ESPN 97.5.com podcast is presented by Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens.
My website is barrysfunny.com. Look at me plugging.
Speaking of branding, this is probably the one good thing we have going for us from week to week. This
only
is
good
where
thing.
we turn things over to producer Mike for the part of the show he likes to call Hot Routes.
Hot route! Red 7, red 7, red 7! John!
What?
Red 7!
I don't know what Red 7 means.
Hot route!
I don't. What is hot route?
Will you just go stand on the other side, please?
All right. One week we'll have to let Cam do this with us, by the way.
Timeout.
Yeah.
Timeout. Sorry for the train wreck, Michael Carrell. Just kicking it up. Houston Astros orbit just followed us.
All right.
Suck it, Blitz. That's right. All right.
What about Junction Jack?
I don't think he's on
We can
Twitter.
get some JJ love?
I don't think he gets Twitter reception on the train. I don't know. The oranges block the signal. I don't know.
Which JJ would you rather have follow you? JJ Watt or Junction Jack?
Dude, that's the stupidest question
You're a
ever.
comedian.
That's the dumbest.
Work with me.
That's the dumbest question ever. Of course, Junction Jack.
How about Jimmy Walker? How about JJ Walker?
No.
JJ Evans?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. Michael, good morning.
Good morning.
What you got for us?
I have some hot routes questions.
What is that?
He always says that.
I know.
Every week I ask, what you got? I got some hot routes
I
questions.
got some hot routes.
I got some hot routes and questions.
I can't talk anymore.
It's already derailed.
It's already.
You're
Sorry.
trained.
Picture's
I'm
gonna be
sorry,
on the
but when
video.
orbit follows you, that's kind of a big deal.
Stop the presses.
It's kind of a big deal.
Right?
All right.
Question 1, is Kenny Hill the real
Yes.
deal? Okay. Is Kenny Hill the real deal, or is South Carolina overrated?
Well, it is Overreaction Sunday, as is week one of everything. Actually, our show is always Overreaction with a twist of lime. But
Totes.
let's see how he does. Can we get past one game against a team that might be suspect and see how he does? I want to see how he does against Alabama. I want to see how he does against the tougher teams in the conference. I think those will be
He
entertaining
put up
games.
500 yards against the number 9 team in the nation.
What did he run
I'd
for?
say he's for real.
What did he run for?
I'd
I'm
have
just
to look
curious.
it up. I don't know.
No, it is impressive, but I'm not impressed by South Carolina. I want to see him. I'm not saying let's sit back and see if he can do that against Alabama. I actually want to see him do that against Alabama. I'm
Do
looking
you think he'll
forward
do
to
that
seeing
against
it.
Alabama?
Not like that. I think you get 4.
How much will he throw for you? He'll throw for 400?
I think 400. 'Cause I don't think Alabama still defends well against that kind of thing. So yeah,
Okay.
I think he'll put up better numbers than Manziel.
He rushed for 5 yards.
Yeah. Yeah. That beats Todd Gurley's -5 yards receiving. So
Had a 91.5 QB rating. He was 44 for 60, 511 yards, completed 73% of his
blew
passes.
me away they
3
threw
touchdowns,
that many
no
times.
interceptions is the key. First start
yeah.
on the road, SEC, number 9 team, no interceptions, and throwing the ball 60 times.
when I looked at those stats, I couldn't believe he threw that many times. And I think they had 90+ snaps on offense. Because if you look at the rushing attempts, there's 30 or 40 of them there. It's crazy.
Had he done this and had 2 or 3 interceptions, I would say, but the no interceptions thing lets me know
people
that
would have
he's
said, well,
legit.
it was number 9 South Carolina he was playing.
Yeah.
So
So I say legit.
good for him. I hope he is.
Yep.
Question 2, which college football team were you most impressed with so far in this opening weekend?
Barry, I'll let you take that one.
Oh, this is going to sound so homer, but I really am going to go with the Aggies.
What a homer.
To do what they did, 52 points against South Carolina. I keep saying it, on the road, SEC. That's a big win. Had they done this at home against Sam Houston, it would mean nothing. But this is a game that I thought for sure the Aggies would lose, and lose spectacularly, as they always do. I was telling you before the game or before the show, Lebischak, that as an Aggie fan, I'm waiting for them to lose. Literally, with 6 minutes left, I'm going, okay, they're going to blow this. Somehow they're going to find a way to lose this game.
And the power goes out. And
And they did. And so to me, to do what they did, with having started over essentially on offense, that was very impressive.
I'm not going to be a homer and say Notre Dame.
Rice.
As impressed I was with Golson after 2 years, Oklahoma State truthfully blew me away last night, because even when Florida State kept delivering what you thought was going to be that knockout punch, Walsh just does not care about you, Jameis Winston.
That kid did not get rattled.
He took your crab legs, and then ultimately he Rosencopted it. But the fact that even after that, he came and did it again, and then they were one onside kick, which they nearly had from having a chance to win that. That blew me away. In front of a raucous Jerry's World crowd last night, which was even better. By the way, how bad does NRG Stadium look on TV? That field
I didn't think
looks
so.
like Veteran Stadium. It looks like crappy AstroTurf.
No.
It does.
No.
It looked like garbage. All right, Michael.
Question 3.
Yes.
It's funny you mentioned Jerry's World. Jerry Jones came out. He was allegedly talked to Adrian Peterson about joining the Cowboys. And then also in an article, it was said that he told his son that it hurt him that they didn't pick Johnny Manziel. Was it a good move or a bad move for the Cowboys to pass on Johnny Manziel?
I think it's a good move. I to not take him, I think it's a very good move. And the story came out after we talked about that he had to be physically restrained by his sons from putting that card in.
Yeah.
I think for a team that's already struggling, and people can take either side of this dialogue. People are like, well, if you're already struggling, it doesn't matter about the coverage. If you think Romo is your guy, and certainly he was better than the wins and losses tell you he was last year. His numbers in those losses were ridiculous. I don't think you need to put the pressure of having that circus on Romo and this team, which is already going to have issues.
No, that
and wait till they get Michael Sam.
It's gonna happen.
Wait till they get
Jerry
Michael
Jones picking Manziel is nothing more than for marketing purposes to grow the value of the Cowboys. It has nothing to do, in my opinion. It would not have been a football decision to make the team better. I don't think Johnny Manziel's game is going to translate well in the NFL over the long haul. He's not to me. He's not a franchise quarterback. So them not picking him, I think, was the right move for the Cowboys. But listen to this quote. I found this hilarious. I was reading an article that Jones is still seething about this, and this was his quote. When we were on the clock, I said, if we pick the other guy, any other guy, it would be a ticket to parity, more 8-8 seasons. The only way to break out is to gamble, take a chance on the first pick if you want to dramatically improve your team. That's why I wanted Manziel, but I was the only guy who wanted him. I listened to everybody, and I'm not happy.
Tough luck. You know what? I think if...
Let it go.
Let's say the Texans were drafting one spot behind him, and he had reason to think they would take Manziel, or maybe if Philly, New York, or Washington were behind him and were thinking about taking Manziel, I think he pulls that trigger.
Yeah, I think he says, hey, it's my team, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was the right move not to do it, though. Smart.
Question 4. Jets wide receiver Stephen Hill was cut after just being with the team for 2 years. His agent was not pleased, saying basically his client really didn't get a chance to with the quarterback situation with the Jets. So does Stephen Hill's agent have a point about his client being cut?
I think 99 out of 100 people couldn't even told you he was involved in that competition out there with Geno and with Vic. I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I think he does have a point, though, because if you look at who was... I mean, there was the points that, listen, before the Geno Smith era with the experiment, I guess, that first year, he had the horrible experience of having Mark Sanchez throw to him. So I agree. I mean, you had Geno Smith learning how to be an NFL quarterback, and you're going to judge this man's career off of a terrible Mark Sanchez year and a terrible Geno Smith year. Give the kid a break. I mean, give him one more chance. Geno Smith is supposed to be better this year. See how he does now.
His agent, in fact, even blamed the Jets for not having that quarterback in place to help him out. Could you imagine, though? I mean, that's kind of what Andre's going through. And he's been in the league a lot longer and is a lot more invested at this point. Imagine spending your career somewhere and then saying, well, you haven't been a very good receiver, but I haven't. Or
Josh Gordon has gone through that in Cleveland. And he's
all the way back to Brian Sipe or Vinny Testaverde. They haven't had a decent quarterback there. And Stephen Hill is the beneficiary of poor choice after poor choice by Rex Ryan and the rest of that team. So he'll catch on somewhere, right? Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Cleveland needs a receiver.
I don't know. Yeah,
Browns need a receiver.
I think that's who the rumor was, is that he would possibly catch on to. I don't know if they're going about it the right way, though. You really don't want to call out teams as you're looking to get picked up by a team. That's probably not the smartest thing in the world.
We'll see.
Question. Go ahead.
No, I got nothing to say. I was going to say, good question, Mike.
Oh, thank you. Question 5. It's a fill in the blank. USC cornerback Josh Shaw jumps off a balcony to
Cannonball! All right, I don't know if that would be the real reason, but that would be what I would have said. I was just doing a cannonball, and I don't know.
Do you think someone was coming home and maybe was about to catch him doing something, or someone he shouldn't have been doing?
I don't know.
Is that a possibility?
That's one of the reasons, I guess, why you would jump off a balcony.
I don't know. But the girlfriend covered for him.
Yeah.
I mean, there are no charges against him there was no breaking and entering. There's no theft. That I'm aware of nothing. It's just a case of a guy jumping out a window.
Why do you jump? I had a dog that jumped off a balcony once.
Well, you would jump out a window to save a drowning 7-year-old, but apparently there might not be even.
Was there a pool
there.
below it? Like, did he jump into the pool? Was that his story?
That's what I would love to know. They said that he was seen kind of shimmying down
Hanging?
the balcony. Yeah.
Oh, so he didn't even really jump. He just like Spider-Man down and then hung a little bit and then boop, landed.
By the way, Browns do not play the Jets this year, so there's no case of a Stephen Hill revenge game.
Nice.
Like Steve Smith has with the Ravens against Carolina.
I don't know why you're Orbit said he's the man of the people. Keep up the good work. Man, this day is just getting better and better.
So,
I'm in love.
On a day that Arians Fee just takes the day off to go on vacation, we have...
And shout out to KG Bears 85 for following us on Twitter as well. But sorry, dude, Orbit followed us. Nothing else matters.
Pump your brakes, kid.
Soccer matters.